So Lisa, how are you?
Margo, I'm doing good. Doing good. You know what? Sitting here right now reminds me how I'm doing amazingly well because my life has just been good since you've been in my life.
You are so sweet. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, I am amazed at how our lives have come together, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And what happened? I mean, how did we get here?
I know.
You know, I mean, really.
Well, I heard about this crazy thing. You know, really, somebody invited me to a mixer one time that I didn't really feel like going to. It was one of those times, really, Margo, snowing outside, it's cold or rainy. I don't do anything when I'm cold. But I remember I told Lisa that I would go. So I guess I'm just going to get up off this couch and go to your mixer. And lo and behold, I walked in.
There I was.
There you are. Yeah.
We were talking about business and business coaching, and how we could help some business owners and speakers, because you're a speaker.
Yeah.
And you have a new book out. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Courageously Uncomfortable. So I wrote that book, Courageously Uncomfortable, titled it that because that is my life. I feel like everything I do, I have to be a little bit uncomfortable because I'm not naturally just bold and fearless.
I think we all are uncomfortable about a lot of things. I know I was.
Yeah, I am. And so it's about when the real woman you want to be, she's on the other side of your fear.
I love that. I love that saying that you put in your book.
Yeah.
That other woman, that woman on the other side of fear. I think there's so many of us that go through that time where they're just, I mean, should I go on? Should I push hard? What's on the other side?
I know, but the problem is that we settle back into what's comfortable because that feels good. We get so used to our comfort zone, and really it takes some courage, even though you're going to have to be uncomfortable while you do it, to take some steps that get you on the other side of the things that you've just built up in your head that you're afraid of. You know, we build it up in our head bigger than it really is.
Right. And the unknown is always fearful. You know, there's a talk that I do in seminars, and it's like a spider web. It's like you get up in the morning, and whatever time you get up, I don't know. I get up like at 6 o'clock. I don't know what time you get up. But
not quite six,
but get up at 6, and by 7 we have our routine. We go to get a cup of coffee. We have our routine by 8 o'clock, and we go through life doing the same thing over and over. And what happens is it creates a steel binding cord that we literally cannot get off of.
You're right.
And when we don't get off of it, and it looks like life, we need to make a shift in our life, or we need to go in a different direction. That's a lot of business owners.
Yeah.
And when we need to go into a different direction because what we're doing is not working.
You're right. You know, when I found you and thought, Margo, this is the one that can help me. I had already done some successful things in business, a successful real estate career. I was a pastor's wife. I have an online company, but here I was with this new thing. I wrote a book, and I travel, and I do speaking for women's events. But even though I had done these other things, I found myself now with this new thing, and I just wasn't exactly sure how to get where I wanted to go. And so that was the beauty of when I met you. I thought, that's it. It just oftentimes takes somebody else to help show you, to take you to a place where you just can't get on your own. You know, it takes people to recognize that.
There's and one of the reasons why you came to me, because I've been a speaker since, I think I was on stage when I was 17, 18, something like that. And so I've had a lot of experience at speaking. And you really had too. It was just kind of a different venue. You were going into a different direction. And so what we did is just came together and made a plan. And, you know, really, I've found out that a lot of things that we want to do or should do in life is if we just get down to writing the vision and making it plain, so that not only we can run with it, but I think it's the unknown and the uncomfortable place of not knowing where we're going to end up. And yet, really, all we need to do is just start and take steps.
That's right.
And but it's that first step, you know.
That first step is
And I can
always
remember that.
the hardest. You're right, that unknown outcome. I mean, you have a new book coming out soon that talks about your story. I mean, it's incredible to me, the steps that you had to take with unknown outcomes, but you didn't have a choice.
No, I didn't.
Had to take a step.
No, and I think that a big part of not having a choice has moved me into a place where I am today, because a successful, thriving, you know, coaching and consulting firm that we've been able to, and really had the opportunity to help people all over the world. And, you know, Lisa, I remember, I'm going to fast forward because I remember thinking, gosh, I want to be that, you know, that movie Joy.
Oh, I love that movie.
And I mean, the thing that stood out to me more than anything was that last scene of her sitting across the table from another entrepreneur, another woman entrepreneur, which is our big initiative, you know, we're working on that. But you know, being able to sit across the desk from another woman entrepreneur and being able to say, yes, you have a great idea and we will invest. And for me to be able to do that even right now, even to invest in you and where you are, but just being able to sit across the desk now, but I saw that, but oh my goodness, a year, even, let's see, it's probably been, it's been exactly almost a year. It'll be 2 years in, let's see, September, is that right? Yeah, I think. Since my husband passed away, I was in my 40s, and it was such a shock.
Yeah.
It was really devastating. We had our future planned. My life was planned. I was well taken care of. Gosh, I mean, you heard this before. I still hate to pump gas because, I mean, I never had to pump gas for 28 years. Either Bill sent the boys out to pump gas and put all the gas in my car.
I am not on that plan. 27 years in, I am still pumping my own gas.
I still hate pumping my own gas, but my boys pumped it, or Bill, you know, put gas in my car every Sunday. I can remember that. But all of a sudden, I'm thrown into a situation where, you know, it's just me and Casey. And I was married when I was, you know, practically 19, and came right out from my mom's house to my mom and dad's house to marriage. And then Bill took really good care of me, and our future was great. And all of a sudden, it's not there. In one moment, I often think about that. I mean, just in a moment, whenever the police told me, you know, Bill was dead, that my life, just my past, my present, my future, changed in an instant, a moment. And so to think of where I am today, being able to help other business women across the table is just the ultimate opportunity and life that I really wanted to live.
Right.
And
wow.
And you've been on that journey with me over the past we've been together, it seems a long time now. But
really, it's only been about 5 months.
It really has.
Years.
But it's like years. Well, it's because, okay, so let's talk about that. Because your husband and I grew up in the same church.
Right.
And,
okay, I will never get over the fact of how many people my husband knows in the church world. So yes, he remembers concerts with you when you were in high school. He remembers all of this.
Yeah, we were just talking a few minutes ago off stage and talked about where we went to see Reba Rambo, and oh my goodness, that was that was our life back then.
Yeah.
And so we had some that was great times. And so for you to come and be in my life, it really reminds me of how that you never, in business
Yeah.
and in life,
Right.
you never want to burn the bridges or the relationships that you have, because look what we would have,
Yeah. Yeah.
look what's happened now.
It's true. And you know what? Oftentimes those connections and the people that we're supposed to be connected with are, they happen because we were just willing to take a step. We
Yeah.
were willing to
Yeah.
show up somewhere.
Right.
You know, how often
Right.
I wonder those times where we just sink down into our couch and we don't want to do anything at all. Life is getting
Right.
difficult. It's hard. I just wonder sometimes how many moments we miss, because
Right.
there's power in just being able to show up, because you never know what connection you're going to make. You never know who you're going to meet. And that's exactly what happened,
I know.
whenever I met you and thought, okay, I need to be connected with you. And really, a huge part of knowing that I had that connection with you was because of your initiative to reach women. I mean, that tugs right at my heartstrings.
Yeah.
You know, I just know that I was searching for that in my life. I have a heart for that, just to reach women right where they are.
Well,
help push them forward.
We have an initiative to reach 1 million women, 1 million business owners, 1 million women that need not only business coaching but life coaching, and then to have a room full. And I always say we're going to have a room full of 20,000 women in a room where we can encourage them,
Yeah.
give them education, help them go to the next level.
That's right.
As speakers, you and I as speakers, we know that there's a lot of power and a lot of encouragement in being able to do that. And so that's
Yeah.
what we're doing. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and it reminds me of that scene in Joy, because really at the very end of that movie, she was a success because she found herself on the other side of a table of someone
Yes.
that she could serve.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what we do.
Yes.
And Don't Do Business Alone, and with the initiative to reach women, we are not trying to find so much ways to succeed. We're looking for ways that we can serve
Right.
people. And in that, it really does make us the greatest success.
It really
just
does. It feels good.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what life is all about.
Yeah.
It was good to talk to you today,
Yeah,
Lisa.
so good to talk to you.